Welcome to the
Hi.
show. Welcome to Coffee Break with PCEB. Today we welcome Datuk Wong Siew Hai as our guest. Hi, Datuk, how are you?
Hi, Chris.
Oh, it's great to see you again. We introduced Datuk a little bit. Many of you know him. Those of you in Penang, of course, very familiar. Datuk is the president of the Malaysia Semiconductor Industry Association, chairman of the Electrical and Electronics Productivity Nexus, and immediate past chairman of the Malaysian American Electronics Industry Committee of AMCHAM. Yeah, but of course, Datuk many of them know you as the managing director of Intel for many years. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, living legend among us in Penang, and we've grown up used to seeing you at many events. So welcome to the show. It's a casual chit chat. I hope you have your coffee with you. I've got my double shot latte right here. I'll take a sip right now. What's your beverage today?
My ginger tea.
Wow, that's very healthy indeed. Yeah. And so how have you been keeping during this FMCO? Stay at home, work from home? Tell
Yes.
us a little bit about your schedule day to day.
Yeah, yes. I basically work from home and attend most of the meetings from home. And since there are a lot of them are back to back, so it keeps me very busy.
It's busier than normal, actually, yeah?
Actually busier than normal.
And you transition from a very active life, moving from one place to another. Now it's all in front of the iPad.
That's right. iPad, PC, phone.
Yes. But you're keeping at the forefront of all the developments of the E&E industry, I believe.
Yes. We have to. We are working very hard to help the industry to open up during the MCO. Yeah.
So we take a little bit of walk down memory lane. When did you take over as the managing director of Intel back in those days?
In 1998, when I came back from Dell. Yeah.
I see. So they have headhunted you to come back to take over.
Both ways.
I see. And so that would mean that you have led Intel through a great expansion. Now, I think those days, what was it? Up to PG7 or PG8?
I think it's up to PG, if I'm not mistaken, PG8 and then PG10 and later on PG12.
Yeah,
and then we also expanded in Kulim. Yeah.
Yes. So is it the biggest, not only in Penang, but the whole country?
At that time, yes.
I see. But now there might have been others.
Now there are others who are also growing as fast as Intel. Yeah.
I see. So amazing. You have the great opportunity of leading the country through that, we call it Asian financial crisis in 98. How would you compare that to the challenges today?
It's slightly different. I mean, today is because of MCO. So the business is good. The demand is there. But we are on lockdown, so to speak, and only allow 60% of employees to work. So it's different from the financial crisis whereby the demand is weak and everybody wants to work, and we have to do shorter work weeks and so on to reduce the number of hours. So very
surprisingly for the E&E, even with COVID and even with MCO, the demand has remained resilient and still strong?
Yes. In fact, it has gone up. Last year, 2020 over 2019 has gone up. And even for 2021 first quarter, it was also up more than 20% over year on year.
That is very good.
And then April, May, the year on year increase was more than 40%. So it's very, demand is really good and we just need to deliver. So we are with 60%, it is hard to deliver to what the customer's expectation and delivery.
So you need to get the staff back into the factories as soon as possible.
Yes, we hope the government will open up so that the electronics industry can deliver higher volume to the higher demand and in a more effective manner. Right now, it's quite tough and the supply chain also is affected.
I see. Okay. We'll move on into the questions that have been prepared for the session today. And Datuk we know that you have various roles in many associations. And can you share with us what kind of events that you have organized the past? Were they in Penang? Some of them not outside of Penang? Share with us your past experience a little bit in terms of events organization.
Okay, maybe I start with the current ones. I just formed the Malaysia Semiconductor Industry Association in January this year. And as a result, we try to recruit members. And right now, in less than 6 months, we have more than 110 members in place coming from all over the world. Not just Malaysian companies, but include companies from the USA, from Canada, from Taiwan, China, Japan, and Europe. So we have a big mix of members. And in April, we had a launching of MSIA, which was held hybrid in KL and online. And also we had held webinars, this year on Industry 4.0 AI webinars. And we have quite a few activities this year.
Oh, that's excellent.
Recently, we just held a global semiconductor shockwave webinar where we have speakers from all around the world, especially the US, and plus our local speaker. And the webinar attracted, if I'm not mistaken, 152 attendees, Facebook views of 391, and we have 9 countries called in. So pretty successful.
And how about
in the past,
physical events in the past?
We have quite a lot of events that held in hotels, especially. We had the Penang US Independence Gala Dinner, which is held 4 years in a row, and the last one was held in July 2019. We had the AMCHAM Penang Dialogue and Free Penka Luncheon with the Chief Minister of Penang. I also managed to convince the Kiwanis Malaysia District Convention to be held at the Park Royal in September of 2019. And in Kiwanis, I started the Kiwanis Penang Central Club, and that fundraising dinner and the President Installation Dinner were also held in the hotel. We conducted many mental health series where talks are held monthly by psychiatrists or psychologists, and they were held mainly at the Tech Dome. So in 2019, we held it monthly. In 2020, because MCO, it was kind of intermittent, but we are reviving it again this year and try to get on to a monthly event. Not only that, we have companies who used to hold dinners, conferences, and training events all outside, and either in a hotel or in the conference halls.
So very exciting. I remember the US ambassador always attends, I believe, this US Independence Day dinner.
Yes. And in addition, maybe I should tell you, in addition, last year during the MCO, as the MCO opens up, we held 3 webinars organized under E&E Productivity Nexus. The first one was Rethink, Reinvent, Revitalize in the New Normal. The second one was Making the Climb Towards Recovery. Third was Growing Business Against the Tides of Disruption. We attracted more than 1,100 attendees for the 3 seminars, and more than people from 10 countries attended, and was very well received. And our National E&E Forum, which was held in November last year, attracted 423 attendees and 903 people listening to Facebook Live. Also, a few people from various countries also called in. So the advantage of this webinar is people from other countries can call in.
That's fantastic. Yeah, that's wonderful. So we've got some other questions as well. With the business events and tourism industry at a standstill, what is the status of the E&E industry throughout the pandemic and the lockdown? I think you've given us a little bit earlier.
Yes.
You can go into more detail now.
Yeah.
So far, overall, in the industry is still growing strongly. Yeah,
the E&E industry, I call it the golden goose of Malaysia. Why? Because in 2020, it contributed to 39% of total export, 386 billion. National GDP contribution is at 6.8%, and employment is 575,000 jobs. And as I said earlier, the E&E export in Q1 this year increased by 26.9% compared to Q1 2020. And then Malaysia has approximately 7% of global semiconductor trade flows through Malaysia. Okay.
Wow.
And semiconductor forecast for 2021 is more than 20% growth. So it is an extremely important industry for the country. And I hope that as we all go through the vaccination, we are prepared, we be prepared for a strong rebound, and hopefully the economy will be strong, especially from the E&E industry.
Yes. I'm a firm believer that the vaccination process is the way out as we roll out to the general public, but also as the industry, they have cried out for the vaccination to be escalated faster among their staff so that they can operate at the optimal level, yeah?
Yes, and I think MITI has done a tremendous job to help the industry in the PCAS program to allow them to have on-site PPV, as you call it, have vaccination in the factory. And, we hope
that's very good.
As we have more of this open up, then more industry frontliners, I call it, or economic frontliners can be vaccinated, and that will prepare the industry for growth.
This is happening in Penang as well, this PCAS program,
yes,
or only in Selangor?
This is happening in Penang. Jawi have started, and then Hotel EQ has opened up. USM and the PESTA is more for the peak program. Jawi and Hotel EQ is a PCAS program, and 3 more companies going to open up soon. Or 4 more companies going to open up soon.
But will they bring the vaccination process into the factory?
Yes, that's right. That is the on-site PPV program. Yeah,
that's wonderful. So now, in this pandemic season, do you still have meetings and events? I think CMCO, you still managed to have a few face-to-face events.
Yes, we held quite a few events this year. Other than just now, I talked to you about the launch of the MSIA program. We also held the presentation ceremony of the Penang e-learning program with the Chief Minister of Penang in May at the Comtas Auditorium. We held the virtual event live for this e-learning PC program for needy students with YB Chong Eng in June. And the members of the MSIA sponsored 1,552 laptops to be distributed to 180 schools for needy children or for needy students. And that sponsorship is about 2.02 million ringgit. So a fantastic
from the members support of your association.
Yes.
Fantastic. That's great work that you're doing. Very, very practical help to the people.
Thank you.
And when we transition from physical into what we call virtual events, virtual meetings, what are the challenges that you're facing that you've had to face during this transition?
Well, I think first of all is that we have to, number one, make sure that your computer can support all the platform, whether it be Webex, Zoom, Microsoft, GoToMeeting, and all that. That's important. You better have a stable internet line, a Wi-Fi line, so that it won't interrupt your meeting. But you'll find that you become, busier because meetings are scheduled back to back. In the past, you have a few minutes, 10, 15 minutes, or half an hour, or even time to go from place to place for meetings. Now it's all back to back. So that's part of the differences. Of course, when you have meetings, then you need to pay attention, and if the meeting is long, let's say 2 hours or more, then it is not easy to look at the screen for 2 hours.
That's true. That's true. And how about communication challenges?
Communication challenges also is another one.
First
of all, if you have a small meeting, easy and not so difficult. But you have a bigger group meeting, 10, 20, 30, or bigger group meeting, then it becomes a little more difficult because you need to make sure that everybody have a chance to speak, and you need to schedule people to speak, because if you don't, then you interrupt each other and so on. And of course, if you know the people, then it's easy, all right? Because you can interact, you understand them. But if you don't know the people, then it gets a little more difficult, because interacting in the screen is quite different from interacting personally, face to face.
Yes, that's true. And we also have another question about the challenges of not having the physical experience, like when you visit E&E trade shows to look at equipment and the new innovations. Now you are unable, although we can view 3D renderings and spec sheets and so forth, you are unable to go and see the physical new equipment. So has that been a challenge as well for E&E?
Yes, of course, it's a challenge, but then at the same time, because of the MCO, is better than none. I mean, it's better have something online than not doing anything. So the difference, I guess, is that if you see the exhibit, you can touch and feel, you can go deeper into the discussion, and in your Q&A, and seek more clarification. It's interactive, real time. Whereas on screen, you have to regulate a little bit. Now you got to give that time to speak. Like now, you give me time to speak, I give you time to speak. There is a pause in between, and that's only 2 people. If you have 3, 4 people all together, then the interaction gets a little. You need more discipline to do that.
That's very true. So there will still definitely be a place for those live events once things open up. I think E&E will be at the forefront of it during innovative shows once again, yeah?
Yes. We hope that we can do some, because we have to be careful about the COVID pandemic. Hope that we can hold some of these live events, if not at least hybrid. And one of the events that we are planning for is the E&E Forum this year, sometime in September, October. And we're going to address some of the challenges that Malaysia is facing. And hopefully, we can understand what the world is doing, because right now they are saying that every country is saying that they're going to invest 100 billion, in semiconductor over the next 3 to 5 years. The US have said that, Japan have said that, Korea have said that, Taiwan, China. So we need to understand what does it all mean and what are the opportunities available for our Malaysian companies. So we'll have that forum. Watch out. When it's ready, we'll blast it out, and so that you all can participate in that forum. And we'll have foreign speakers as well.
That's exciting. Huh? So the whole industry is committed to move forward. They're not pulling back. And actually, it's a very bright future ahead. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, I think most companies in Malaysia, MNCs and local Malaysian companies are all expanding. They are building buildings and so on. But unfortunately, with the MCO now, they can't build their buildings because they are not allowed to work. But we really need them to build their buildings so that they can be completed on time, and so that when the business open up, then they are ready to deliver to the customers, because the demand is all there. So it is bright. And then, however, we still need a lot more people, and we need to keep hiring people. And most of them are hiring actually.
Yes. So with the difficulty of getting foreign workers now, do you think there's more opportunity for the local people, and will they grab this opportunity?
I hope so. More opportunities for them, definitely. And I hope so they will take this opportunity. Malaysians, some of them prefer not to leave home, and so on. And some are a bit choosy about their jobs. But in the E&E industry, actually, they are doing very well. It's a very good work environment, and they should join.
Excellent. So we have established that E&E is doing very well. In your view, in an industry view, what other industries can you see that are also enjoying some kind of uptrend during this pandemic?
Yes, I think first of all, it's the obvious one would be the medical equipments, the medical supply, the PPEs, glove industry and so on. And of course, the logistics industry, where they have to now ship, because a lot of people are ordering online. They have moved from physical shopping to online shopping. So a lot of movements of goods and even documents, because now you cannot hand over documents, so you ship documents from point to point. So all that is growing.
I see. Yeah, delivery also a boom. You see, overnight JNT is a giant now. The Grab riders are all over the road, so it's a phenomenon. So there are opportunities in the crisis, yeah?
Yes, yes. Don't waste this crisis.
There is a saying, huh?
Yes.
Never waste a good crisis.
A good crisis, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Grab it and grow it.
Yeah. On the other hand, there are some industries also struggling very badly. You can see those in the market as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. Especially tourism, hospitality, F&B,
Yeah.
you know, and all the small businesses, because they are not allowed to open now. It's already 4 weeks, going to another 2 weeks, 6 weeks, or 8 weeks. It's really tough on them to survive. You know,
and also,
so
I believe leisure and shopping also. You know, shopping
yes,
malls,
shopping
retail
malls are
market.
closed. Yes, correct. Yeah, retail market, because now everybody now have to shop online. Most of them go online. So even though they like to go to the malls, but because it's not open, you know, so they have to find a different solution.
So what are your views, Dato' Sri, about this national recovery plan? Do you think it needs to be tweaked with a little bit of more details into it, or is it a good platform as it stands? What do you think has to be improved?
We always think that it can be improved. It can be improved. I think we believe that we need to follow SOP. We need to look at data. You know, we cannot put the same solution across the whole country. If states that are doing well move to phase 2, move to phase 3, states that are not doing well tighten up. You know, so I think the following SOPs is the main one. And the issue of essential services, non-essential services is a very tough decision to make. You know, livelihood versus lives. But there needs to be a balance. But if you allow the essential services to open, then we need the supply chain to be open up, so that you know the companies can ship the products. Because without the supply of, let's say, a label or a packaging or a metal part, they can't ship the product. You know, so we hope that can be looked into. Like, we still have issues in that area.
Yes. Even the global shipping lines are facing some kind of shortage as well now.
Yes, they have container shortage. So
never
even they
heard
want to
before,
ship,
not enough containers.
Yes.
Oh goodness.
So every industry have their own problems.
We're going to take a few moments to look at who's online with us on the Facebook Live right now, Dato' Sri. Let's see, yeah. If you're live with us now, do say hi. Type in hi in the comments so that we can see you. And okay, we've got Joey here, Trisha is here, and Jenny C. Hey, Jenny. Jenny from Javille, June Gore, Stella Sarah, and I know many more are watching. So please do let us know that you're here. And if you have any questions for Dato' Sri, please do type them into the comments, and our PCEB team will be vetting through. And those that are suitable for the show, we will be addressing them and presenting them to Dato' Sri in just a few moments at the close of the show or the end of the show, yeah? Okay, we've just got a few more questions to go, Dato' Sri, before we are coming to the end. Time has passed by so fast, my goodness. We've just got about 6 minutes left. Okay, this one is very, very pertinent to us in Penang. A question that says, as a client or an association that's looking for a place to hold an event, why would you recommend or pick Penang as a preferred destination for your event?
Good question. You know, Penang is just unique. It has the best of everything. You know, it has a heritage city. It has good convention centers. It has good resorts, if you want to, and it has a fantastic, vibrant industry. So if you come here, then you have all the things that you want. So if you want to hold a convention, you have the facilities, you have good people who can run the convention for you. If you want to have your spouses while the convention is going on to go to visit, do something, you have the Penang Hill, you have the heritage city. And if you want a resort, go and stay by the beach. There's a good resort out in Penang. So, and of course, last but not least, Penang is well known for food. There's so many types of food that you can try. So it's just a collage of everything. You have everything. Just come.
Fantastic. And would you say that Penang, as the home of so many major MNCs or cutting-edge factories, would it be a pull for the show organizer or exhibition organizer to choose Penang because they could be closer to the customers?
Depends on the convention. For example, Southeast Asia is going to organize their next event in Penang in 2022 in June. And the reason why they do it here is because the electronics, the key electronics companies are here. And we have a vibrant and a competent, capable automation companies in Penang. So they would like to showcase some of our capabilities. So, one of the reasons why they chose here is because we have all the big multinational and big local companies here in Penang.
I see. So the customers are here and a lot of the vendors are also here, I believe, yeah? There's a huge supply chain that has grown around it. SMEs, international companies that support all the big factories.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
I remember those days when they had the exhibition, they would organize visits for the attendees to go and look at the facilities in either Intel, AMD, and so forth. Do you think that's still possible now, or maybe in the future?
I think now it's very difficult because most of the companies are closed to visitors because of the pandemic, the SOPs that they need to comply with. So visits to the factories will be difficult. But maybe in the future, when things open up, I'm sure they can go back to the so-called, you adapt to the new normal and still conduct factory visits, but definitely not now.
I think those are very, very educational, and it showcased also Penang as, a top flight, leading edge manufacturing hub. That opportunity, if you have it, you should go for the line tour or factory tour. Yes. Okay, we're coming almost to the last few questions before we go to the questions from the floor. What are the future events or conferences that you are working on that you can share with us, a sneak peek?
Just now I spoke about the National E&E conference. Okay?
Yes. That will be organized under your national
MSIA, and we're together with EEPN and MPC. But we're trying to decide whether it's September, October timeframe. And then, of course, just now I spoke about the semi, event that is next year that's organized under semi, not us. And then we have many other kind of events coming up, webinars coming up for this year, including the second series of the AI webinar that we'll be organizing, and also some webinars that we're going to organize on electronics industry.
So for your show, your conference, do you think it will be hybrid or live show?
We have to depend on the outcome of the MCO and whether the curve will be flattened. If the curve is flattened, we probably do a hybrid. If not, then we just have to do the all online.
I see.
Virtual, yeah.
We were talking yesterday about something interesting coming up next year as well. The 50th anniversary of our Penang Free Industrial Zone.
Yes.
What's your idea? I believe we have had a celebration. I remember 30th anniversary, I was involved in a way because I was with PISA, which was the venue for the dinner, 30th anniversary. And we've gone on to 40th. And now next year is already so fast, 50th anniversary of Penang's Bayan Lepas Free Industrial Zone.
Now, you go back in time, Penang started the electronics industry in 1972 when the unemployment rate was high in the 15% level. But the rest now you say is history because they have grown from leaps and bounds, and industry keep renewing itself. The electronics industry keep renewing itself. Because when I joined the industry in the 1976 time frame, everybody tell me this is fly-by-night industry. They're going to fly away soon. Why are you joining? I still remember that statement. But today you can see them. They are still here. They are still growing. They are investing in the state-of-the-art manufacturing, cutting-edge technology, high-tech, high-value jobs. So this industry is going to blow you away. I think with all the AI, IoT, 5G, and all the new technologies that are coming up. There's so much opportunities and so much to do for the industry.
I can imagine.
So I hope next year, with this 50th anniversary of this E&E industry in Penang. We hope to organize something, a celebration, let's say, for the 50th anniversary.
That's wonderful. So I entrust it into your hands, Dato Sri. We mood it on this show. Let it be noted here today. All of you are watching are our witnesses. We've talked about it. Dato Sri, under his association, will start the ball rolling, and we talk about some special celebration to commemorate this wonderful milestone. Yeah, we're going to look at some questions that have come in from the floor. Let's see if we have any, and I'll go to the messages and see whether have anyone sent in their questions to us. Okay. Oh, we have some. Okay. What can Penang do better to enhance the E&E events experience here? How can we improve E&E?
I think
connectivity. What can?
Yeah, I think one of the things that we find out is that if you drive your car around the city and you are on the phone, or you are now attending a webinar, or attending a meeting, every now and then you get dropped off. Here is a blind spot here, blind spot there. So one of the things that we can do to make, if this state, a city is going to be a business city, that people can come and have very good, reliable connectivity, that would be fantastic. This is one of the things that you realize, that you go to any city, their connectivity are very good. So Penang can make it as good as the other cities of the world.
So internet speed as well as coverage, yeah?
Coverage, yeah. Speed and coverage, of course, yeah.
Okay, we have another question. In your opinion, how can the electronic companies continue to stay and expand in Penang, given competition from other Southeast Asian countries offering lucrative incentives to move there? I think we see Vietnam is getting a lot of attention now in Southeast Asia.
You see, the key thing is that Malaysia has to be competitive. So I am also in the task force of Bermuda, and one of our major efforts is look at Malaysia's competitiveness relative to the world. What are the things that we need to do to improve Malaysia's competitiveness? And we work on that to do that. On top of that, there are many other things that need to be done, including talent development, including the innovation, design development, capabilities. So we need to develop all these capabilities so that we can go up the value chain. We just cannot be just manufacturing. Yes, manufacturing, we want it to be state of the art, and then the rest got to move along and go up the value chain into design, development, and innovation. Also, if you are in manufacturing or in any of the services industry, you need to implement Industry 4.0 so that you can be ahead of the power curve and compete with the rest of the world and get yourself be productive. Don't depend so much on labor. AI can help you analyze data analytics. There's so many things that you can do with the Industry 4.0. Government give incentives for you to implement of some of this program, and MIDF also gives grants and loans and whatever, to help the economy and the SMEs. So take advantage of it, and now is the time, I think, to implement so that you can be competitive as the world opens up for the world economy opens up.
Excellent. And one final one. Many electronic companies have benefited from the trade war between US and China. And there was a sudden influx. So how can Penang Industries become more relevant and attractive for such business in the future, given this scenario of the trade war? I don't know, is the trade war still on now?
I guess it's still on. Trade war is still on. The pandemic also creating a problem. That's why I mentioned earlier that we have a shortage of semiconductor all around the world. And since we are only 60% operating, therefore we are also contributing to the shortage, of the semiconductor. So we need to get ourselves ready to open up for business and growth. As I said just now, every country is investing in capital, land, whatever, innovation, engineering, so that they can be ahead of the power curve in semiconductor. So there are lots of opportunities actually for Malaysian companies, and they should grab the opportunities. It's not just the US-China trade war, it's more than that. The whole world are really investing, and we need to then keep up to see where the investment are and where can we seize the opportunity, so to speak, and grow our capabilities and compete with the rest of the world.
All right, that's wonderful. So we take 1 minute to sum up your conclusion about the way forward and the light at the end of the tunnel. Give us some words of encouragement to close us up on the show today, Datuk Sri.
Well, I already mentioned some of this. I think we just have to make sure that we have the right attitude, the right mindset to live up to the challenges that the world is causing us to face. So we got to face the challenges with tenacity, with courage, and seize the opportunities that is given to us. Don't let it pass by, because competition will take it away if you don't take it. So that's my words to the people of Penang, the industry, and we hope that the vaccination will be accelerated so that we can achieve the herd immunity, and then we can go back to at least certain level of business as usual in a new normal, and grow our business and support the global supply chain, because we are one of the main suppliers of the global semiconductor chain.
Nice. So once again, Datuk Sri, we want to thank you for being on the show and giving your views and all this very, very important and useful information today.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
All right, so this is Coffee Break with PCEB. Once again, thank you so much to Datuk Wong Siew Hai for his time. And to all of you who are on the show watching live, we thank you so much. We still will be taking your comments, and you can still put it on. It'll be on the show. The show will still be accessible on the PCEB Facebook page even after this live broadcast ends. Don't forget, next week, Tuesday and Thursday, 3:30 p.m., same time and same place, more exciting guests coming your way. So thank you once again, Datuk Sri, and to all our guests and all our viewers. Take care, stay safe.
Thank you.